A very good morning to everybody. I wanted to get through that main kind of pseudo dual carriageway before I actually start saying something, because I don't usually travel at this hour of the morning, especially in Dublin, and the traffic starting from 6 a.m. onwards in Dublin is pretty atrocious, as you can see already. So I'm mainly on the way to work now. I have another stop to make after that, but I mainly just wanted to test the GoPro just to see if everything was working okay, sound was working okay, just before the main trip. I'm still getting used to the gearing system on this, to be honest, because I still have to feel it out, and I haven't felt it out because the lower gears kind of feel the same, if you get my drift. Be dangerous for me to wait there. So like any city, there are no set rules about lane splitting and stuff like that for motorbikes, but the Gardaí, for example, tend to understand why you lane split. We lane split for safety. Like, yeah, it's convenient, of course, but it's more safety, because it's safer for me to lane split down a bus lane, for example, than to sit in traffic where I'm at much higher risk. I don't like being behind big Arctic trucks or weird looking trucks like this because they're freaking dangerous. That said, the traffic's still moving and there's a lot of people filtering as well, so they're all using the bus lane. Not going past that though. Part of the reason I don't like traveling at this hour, aside from the traffic and the cold and the darkness, is the condensation. Oh, I'm not staying here. Fuck that. As far as places to stay, that's probably the most dangerous place for me to be. I'll get clipped easily. But I just have to make sure there's no traffic behind me, no buses behind me. The priority traffic are bus and taxis using this lane, so I'm mainly just using it to filter. There we go. Now, nice clear ahead of me. Bypass the traffic. I have to keep my head on a swivel on this road, especially. People tend to just take liberties on this road. That said, I'll be travelling pretty much the same route on Saturday when I go for the ferry. The ferry's just in Dublin City at Dublin Port, so it's pretty much the same route from my house to there. Glasnevin Cemetery. And here's the traffic. At some point we'll have so many motorbikes on the road that they will put a rule in place for this, but as of right now there's nothing. Okay, this is where I don't want to be. I'll get around it in a second once the traffic comes to a standstill, but right now there's a lot of stuff using the bus lane. Like the bus, for example. Honestly, the lanes are pretty full. There's not really much point in me filtering, because that lane's pretty packed and I'll have to filter back in, which will be difficult. So I think I'll just sit in this lane for now. I'm pretty safe in this one. See, that's the thing with lane filtering. You have to know what road you're on, what roads are actually safe to filter on. Like, there's certain roads in Dublin that I won't filter on until I'm 100% sure I'm safe. And I'll be driving down one of those roads towards the end of this trip, which I'll show you. I kind of want to filter through this now, but I also don't want to filter through this now. Especially just because there's everything in front of me, everything behind me, and everything to side of me. Yeah, see, this is why I wouldn't want to filter either, because of that shit. As I said, certain roads you don't want to filter on. This is one of them. Not much safer sitting in the traffic though. I mean, bicycles can filter, but they're a bigger risk than I am, so. But they tend to take up the side of the road like that, as you can see, which pushes the traffic in, which makes it harder for me to filter. Examples, examples, examples. I hate filtering when the fucking bus moves beside me. See, that bus driver was nice. That bus driver was instantly telling me he was planning to move out. So even though he stopped for one, he just like, I'm going to be moving out very soon. This road's quiet enough, but it's leading to a very, very busy road. Yeah, so most speed bumps in Ireland, well, Dublin especially, are like that. They're split like that, so the cars have to go over through the gaps, which most of them do. It's good for motorbikes though. It means I don't have to slow down most of the time. Depends on the traffic. The cyclist is letting me know. It's perfectly fine. Now, this is the other road I hate, primarily because you're not allowed to go straight in that lane unless you're in a bus or a taxi. But a lot of people will, primarily because they're taking the next left turn. So by logic, I should do that as well. It would be safer for me, I think. But I'm not going to. I'll take the turn when I need to, especially because there's a bus there. Okay. And I won't filter through this either because they're all taking the left now. And this one, most people don't know how to behave at this light. They don't know whether or not they're allowed to turn or not. I've seen a lot of drivers just stand still at this light and then panic off the line. One thing you gotta watch out for is cyclists. Make sure there's none behind me, because they're everywhere at this hour. Right. Now I'm onto the final road where I don't lane split, or specifically the second portion of this road which I don't lane split, primarily because it's got multiple lanes of traffic going the same direction on a very slow road, which means a lot of the cars are ducking and weaving in and out of the lanes anyway. So it's a precarious thing for me. Bicycle medic, nice. I will try not to lane split because this road is freaking annoying and dangerous for the people who are currently using it. Like that guy, for example. It's going rather quickly now, to be honest. You have to watch out for cyclists like that because they jump through the lights. So yeah, here's the road I don't like. So you could usually filter on the right outside those two lanes, but I don't like to do it. As I said, traffic weaves in and out of it. Like, they'll even jump into the opposite lane just to make their turns. So it's a pretty dangerous road, especially for a motorcyclist if you try to lane weave. Yeah, unfortunately at this hour you get the crazies. Or the drunks. Or both. Usually both. To be honest, I made up a lot of time with the rest of the journey, so I don't mind sitting in traffic for 5 minutes before the end of my journey. And this is the last traffic I really have to deal with. I'm looking forward to my trip, to be honest. I think all the precautions I've taken, all the extra measures I've taken in terms of warming and stuff like that will help. There's no method that will make you fully warm, to be honest. Now here I could potentially lane split up that, but again the traffic's moving. And my personal rule is I never lane filter while one of the lanes is moving, or I try not to, at least. Dang it, missed the light. But yeah, that's the last traffic, just leading out onto the quay. Once I get past the quay, I'm fine. But this here, when I make this turn here, this is the entrance to the IFSC, which is the Irish Financial Service Centre, where most of the banks, American companies would have their headquarters. Jeez, the traffic is really bad today. Like, usually if it was quieter, I'd lane filter down that lane there and then just split across all the traffic, but I'm just not in the mood of doing that right now, especially with that truck there. Yeah, see, like, that's what I'd usually do, and then I could weave into my lane from there. But I'm just not in the mood of doing that right now. I'll be stuck at that red light anyway, and then the traffic will start moving and I'll have to filter in, which people at this hour are not patient at all, especially on this road. After they've been sat in traffic for a while, they're usually very impatient, so I don't even try. This truck is merging in as well, so it slowed my lane down. What are these figures doing? Come on, up you go. There you go. I don't think that Volvo wanted to be in this lane, but oh, there's a that explains it. Okay, it's a breakdown. I don't think that person's been down this road before. I don't think they knew which lane to go in. Speed limit of this lane is 30. Most people will break it. I'm not one of those people. And there we go. So yeah, see you Friday.